I don't know, this just might be the most anticipated SUV to come out for 2024. This is the first edition Land Cruiser, or the new 2024 Land Cruiser First Edition. And this thing's absolutely remarkable. You know, I saw these photos and videos online. I was like, why can't we just have the old Land Cruiser back? But man, you see this thing up close, you get behind the wheel, this thing will blow you away. Now, it's not the luxury ride that we knew the old Land Cruiser to be, but this thing's pretty bougie, and it's got all the luxury features you'd want in it. Plus, it's rugged enough to where you can actually take it off-road. With the other older Land Cruiser we had in the States, although it was designed to be the most advanced four-wheel drive SUV on the market, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to take an $86,000, $90,000 SUV and tromp it up in the woods, go up over boulders and logs and forging through rivers. So let's talk specs here about this 2024 Land Cruiser First Edition. This uses the 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine with the iForce Max Hybrid. This beast puts out 326 horsepower and 465 pounds of foot torque. Uses an 8-speed transmission, will tow 6,000 pounds, and has 8 inches of ground clearance. Let's talk about the front end here a little bit. So not only does it have the round headlights, which is distinctive of the first edition, LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, but it also uses the rigid LED fog light. You do have the parking sensors right up front. I love this new mesh looking grille. I love the honeycomb grills. There's a time and a place for the honeycomb grills, but the way they have it, just the mesh look, absolutely beautiful. You do have your front perimeter view camera right up there. Of course, the Heritage badge, the Toyota Heritage badge. And then I love the little holes above that. It just makes it look totally industrial, really sharp look. You do have your little air vents right up front there. These are the 18-inch black matte Toyota wheels. Of course, you do get all-season radial. They're Michelin's on that. You do have the if you know Toyotas and you know their mudguard system, this one is a little different. So this isn't just the hard plastic mudguard. This is actually more like an actual mud flap. These here are rock rails. And so this is so you won't do any damage to your rocker panel or door sills if you are off-road. You can kind of use it as a step to get into the rig, into the Land Cruiser, but really those are designed to pivot and crawl up and over rocks and boulders. And then if you can see, just like the front mud flap, the rear mud flap has it in the logo, the Land Cruiser First Edition logo on there. And of course, it also has the nylon strap as well. Coming around to the back, you have the distinctive, beautiful LED brake lights, parking sensors in the rear as well. The Land Cruiser stamp, all in black, right up there on the driver's side rear door. Of course, the Toyota stamp right in the middle. And then you do have the chrome iForce Max with the little new hybrid logo they're putting in there, a little different than the Synergy Drive. Now this big black box here, this is your tow package cover. There's an actual embedded tow package behind there. Check out this roof rack. I mean, these flat roof racks have been available in the aftermarket world for a few years now. I'm glad to see that Toyota is putting them on, and so you can see all the multiple bars up there. You could put a basket, you could put a topper, whatever you need. You want to put your tent up there, you can do that too. And believe it or not, tents are available for this rig, but really just a sharp look all around. Love the mirrors. You got these huge, massive mirrors. They almost look FJ Cruiser stylish without the little light indicator on the front end, but you do get the turn indicators on the side right here. And of course, You do get your perimeter view cameras in the side of the mirrors. All right, let's check out the power plant in this. Again, this is the 2.4 liter four-cylinder with a hybrid, or the iForce Max hybrid engine. So this is your rear cargo bin or rear cargo bag. And of course, just like the Sequoia, they put the hybrid battery in the back. But unlike the Sequoia, the Land Cruiser does not come with a third row seat. And I know on the older Land Cruisers, they have the jump seat system in the back that you could use in a pinch if you needed to put people back there, but not in this model. Not no more. Anyway, not necessarily that you need a third row seat in the Land Cruiser. I think if you're going to go third row, you go Sequoia. Coming around to the rear driver's side passenger door. Let's open that up and take a look at this door panel. I'm a big fan of showing these door panels, and I'm not sure if this is the first video of mine you've seen or if you've seen a few of them, but if you've watched a couple of these car videos, you know I like showing door panels. I think you can tell a lot by the craftsmanship of the vehicle by just looking at the door panel. And if you're ever looking at a pre-owned vehicle, look at the driver and front passenger door panels and look for any kick marks, scuffs, broken speaker covers. All that is a sign of people not taking care of their car. So if you look up at this door panel right here, this where it says first edition and it's embedded right into this. This is actually a soft pad. So you do get the JBL tweeter. Of course, the Land Cruiser is all JBL. You get the JBL tweeter embedded right into the door panel next to the chromed finished door. All right, let's talk second row seating. Toyota is using a perforated leather and a pattern I really find highly attractive. It's not overbearing. It's very subtle. It's got that honeycomb look into it almost. Not quite a honeycomb, but almost. Perforated leather seating. It's a 40-60 split on the seats here. And so it does have the tumble system. So that tumble system is if you need to get in the back, and should they eventually put a third row seat back there, or maybe in different parts of the world, they're putting third row seats in them, but not for the American market. So this is your the back end or the back side facing the second row seat of your center console, your front center console. Loved how it's stamped Land Cruiser right up front, but you're going to have a digital readout for your rear climate controls. So digital temperature gauge, fan speed, mode of how the air is going to flow. And then right down below, you get dual USB with a 12-volt power port. And of course, you do get a LED dome light. Front passenger seating. And so just like the rear door panels, I mean, check that out. Isn't that gorgeous? Get this big, nice, padded, soft touch, first edition, stamped right into it. Nice, big, cushy armrest. This is what I think is really attractive is look at that detail of that cord that they're putting in there in that dash. Multi-way power adjustable passenger seat. Love that look and that stitching on that seating. Look at that. Isn't that just sharp? So this is almost kind of a little bit of Venza-esque like there. And the rest of it isn't. But they are comfortable seats. This one does have your power sunroof. And then check out that air vent. Isn't that nice? Look at that, the detail in that. Almost looks like a fine wristwatch. Nice control there to turn it. And then of course it just moves it all the way. All right, now we're in the driver's seat. So sitting behind the steering wheel here. Love this new steering wheel. I like how it just says Toyota. Doesn't have the emblem, just the stamp. And then look at all those controls: voice activation, volume control, multi-information readout there. And of course, you can change all different kinds of fuel economy, tire pressure, safety readouts, adaptive cruise. You get pre-collision, everything. Everything you need to know about the car is now all embedded in the LED cluster. That's a 12.3-inch cluster there. And then, of course, you get your massive touchscreen. Digital rear view mirror, very popular and very useful. Why would you need a digital rear view mirror? Well, plain and simple, when you have large items blocking your rear window and you can't use your rear view mirror to see what's going on behind you, all you got to do is flip that switch. As you can see, that's your regular mirror. Flip the switch, your mirror becomes a monitor and uses a second outboard rear camera to show your images there. And you can cruise down the road like this. I even drive at nighttime with the camera on. I can get a clearer view of everything that's going on behind me, especially at night when everything's dark. This one has your factory dash cam. I love the look of that factory dash cam. It's all tight. You don't see wires. And the other side, of course, is your camera. And then right up above is your controls for your sunroof, dome lights, map lights, your SOS button right there. Even your vents, front-facing vents here in the center are different than what I've seen before in any Toyotas. So kind of like your side vents, as we saw earlier on the passenger side. This uses the same knob and style off on kind of system, and very impressive. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, and ventilated seats. Of course, all your dual zone climate control. And then with the rear and the back, it would actually be a tri-zone. This is your bird's eye view camera, or what they call your perimeter view camera. Right down below, you have your Qi wireless charging pad, 3 USBs. This is your multi-terrain selection. I love they give it more of an upscale look on this Land Cruiser versus the bigger knob that you're going to find in the Tacoma or the 4Runner. But you have your available drive modes, multi-terrain selection, your downhill assist, and your crawl mode. And again, crawl is 5 speeds on the Land Cruiser. So what's really kind of cool with this too is not only do you get a center locking differential, you also get a rear locking differential and your stabilizer bar right there. 4-wheel high, and then you push down for 4-wheel low. Cup holders. Toyota is always a fan of cup holders. Tow haul button right below your power button, your start button. That is your audio button there. And so you can see it's right next to the big touch screen, but I love the placement of that. It's kind of out of the way. You don't see it. It's not in the way or anything else. And then you get additional controls with your trailer brake regulator down below, fuel door, rear power hatch. You can cater the wattage of your 12-volt power outlet, fog lights, interior dash lights, and then rear braking, rear automatic braking, and then your automatic high beams. Not only do you get the tweeters in the rear door panels, but you get the JBL tweeters right there. This also has a massive heads-up display that when it's on will hologram into the, you kind of see the reflection on the pavement onto the windshield there. Additional speaker up above. All right, that is the backup camera. And one thing I love about these new Toyota backup cameras is the view. You can see everything around the car. If you're parallel parking in the city, towing a boat. All right, so I've saved the best for last. And I know this doesn't have anything to do with performance or off-road capability, but inside your center armrest here, lift it up, it's an actual cooler box. So you could put little snacks down below, little perishables, bottled water, whatever you need. And as long as the little light's on, your little refrigerator will get nice and frosty. I'll show you how the new parking assist coordinates or works in coordination with the backup camera. So when we start getting close, as you can see, it's picking up, the parking sensors are picking up the workbench behind me and the door, and it's telling me where to stop. Okay, so that was the 2024 Land Cruiser First Edition. Now, there's not a ton of these made, and we've been told Toyota's not making any more of them. You might still be able to find one or two available out there. So if you can't get a first edition Land Cruiser, don't forget about the regular Land Cruiser with the square headlights and also the 1958. Those are still available, and if you can't find the first edition Land Cruiser at your local Toyota dealership, definitely ask about the 1958 or the regular Land Cruiser edition.